What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another banger. So in today's video, I gotta bring you guys this one report from Bleacher Report. Shout out to them. And the article they put out was titled 5 NBA teams that will regret their 2023 offseason. So with that being said, I said, man, this sounds fire. I gotta bring this to all of my subscribers, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I do want to shout out a new subscriber. Shout out to my boy Jarsenio Lockhart. Welcome to the Drip God Gang. But hey, man, let's get it. All right, so as you guys can see, y'all see the motherfucking title, man. 5 NBA teams that will regret their 2023 offseason. So before we actually get into this article, I want you guys to get in the comments down below and tell me who y'all think are the top 5 teams that will regret their offseason. Once again, let me full screen it so that y'all know what to do. Down below in them comments, I need to see comments. Y'all tell me the top 5 teams that will regret their offseason. But without further ado, let's take a look at it, and I'll give my thoughts first. So number 1 got to be the Trailblazers. You know, they didn't take advantage of getting rid of Damian Lillard. They also did re-sign Jeremy Grant for a crazy amount. So I think that's going to bite them in the butt. Another team would maybe be the Houston Rockets, as we know that Dillon Brooks deal was kind of wild. You got Fred VanVleet. He decent, he a nice player, but it is what it is. You know, you probably should have found a little bit more. Those are the 2 teams that really come to my mind. Besides that, maybe Detroit. I feel like they could have did a little bit more, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Let's get to it. Let's get to it though. That's enough talking. And ironically, the first picture is Damian Lillard. Am I surprised? Not at all. But anyways, let's get to it. Most NBA teams will look back upon their 2023 offseason with a certain fondness, or at the very least, without any real regret. Emphasis on most. Certain organizations have so far failed the offseason sniff test. Granted, not all of these flops are smack you in the face egregious. A couple of teams have gone brazenly belly up. Others, however, have more subtly, yet still meaningfully missed the mark by virtue of squandered opportunities and traveling down unspectacular paths. So that pretty much opens this up, and let's just get to the teams. We not about to read a whole essay in here. I know a lot of y'all just getting out work and things of that nature, man. We ain't trying to be here too long. So Atlanta Hawks at number 1. Why the Atlanta Hawks? They did get rid of Collins, I believe. So yeah, I can see that. I don't think they really got much from Collins, to be honest. So yeah. That makes sense. Let's read into it though. All right, it starts off with members of the billionaire class might applaud the Atlanta Hawks offseason. Everybody else should be trashing them for what is at best a masterclass in sideways stinginess. The Hawks successfully ducked the luxury tax. Woohoo! It only cost them a player who used to have real value. And that pretty much goes to what I was saying. They lost John Collins for pretty much nothing, to be honest. It was literally a salary dump, as they're explaining in here. So, I mean, like, y'all really didn't get much better. And I remember when I made the video specifically for John Collins getting traded, I believe it was in one of my my weekend recaps for the NBA Weekly, and I was like, man, I don't really like this because they didn't really do much to get better. And it looks like they just were trying to avoid the salary cap. They didn't make any notable moves or anything of that nature. So, yeah, I could definitely understand them being on this list. But I do see something very interesting that I didn't think about. And it's this paragraph right here. It says, Atlanta can potentially flip the script by trading for Pascal Siakam. For the time being, though, it appears the organization's C-suite looked at a maddeningly mediocre core and decided to virtually do nothing about it. Yup, pretty much makes sense. And as we can see, the next team is the Chicago Bulls. Now, before I read into this, the reason I think the Chicago Bulls on here is because they really didn't make too many moves. I remember in one of my videos, I was taking a look at the Chicago Bulls roster, and it's like, you got DeMar DeRozan, who's on the last year of his contract. Y'all should try to flip him. He still has, value in the league. He's been playing still at an all-star level these past couple of years. So I really would have expected the Chicago Bulls to try to flip him during the offseason. Another thing that I didn't really care for too much was that they did re-sign Nikola Vucevic. And it's like, yeah, Vucevic, he alright, but sometimes he can be injury prone. And, he's not a player that really changes anything or, helps this team grow too much. So that's just my thoughts on it. And yeah, let's read into it. Let's see if I'm pretty accurate. Same core. Alright, so let's read into this, man. All right, Chicago Bulls Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations, Arthurus, I'm not going to even try to say his name. I'm just keep moving. Essentially began this offseason touting the merits of the Nikola Vucevic trade. That is unequivocally a weird thing to do in service of a deal that cost the Bulls Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, and Jet Howard. I think that's Jeff Howard's son. But yeah, Jet Howard, this year's number 11 pick, and accumulated in 0 playoff series victories. And that seems like that's the main thing when it comes to it, man. They didn't really get any better. And let's just read into some of these deals that happened. All right, so it says deals for Vooch, 3 years, $60 million. Javon Carter, 3 years, $19.5 million. Torrey Craig, 2 years, $5.4 million. Ayo Dosunmu, 3 years, $21 million. And Kobe White, 3 years, $36 million are all fine. Chicago scooped up the number 35 pick, Julian Phillips, too. But yeah, man, it doesn't, most of these players, they don't really help this thing. They had Ayo Dosunmu. I believe they already had him. Of course, they already had Kobe White. It's like these signings don't really make this team that much better. You still have the same, 3 stars and Vucevic, Zach LaVine, and also, what's his name? DeMar DeRozan. And it's like, if you really want to get better, you might have to make some moves to switch this up. So I would have liked to see more when it came to this team. I would have liked to see them explore their options with DeMar DeRozan since he is on the final year of his contract. But that's just me. Let's keep it moving. Philadelphia. Now, why is Philadelphia here? Because of the James Harden situation. As we know, James Harden, he has been trying to look elsewhere, trying to get traded, this, that, and the third. So I could definitely see why they are here, but let's read into it. And hopefully this ad don't go off while I'm trying to read this, because I got the feeling it is. Let me pause this first before it fuck up my video. But hey, let's get it. All right, so it starts off with, to what end the Philadelphia 76ers could have prevented James Harden's trade request is debatable. He wants to land exclusively with the LA Clippers, and and it was apparently extremely upset with the organization and team president Daryl Morey for how they handled his possible free agency. For Morey's part, as Brian Toperick laid out for Forbes Sports, he is doing what's in the best interest of the franchise given their relative crappy hand. He won't jettison Harden without bringing back a star or a return that can help bag another star. That's the right stance to maintain. It's also different from a ringing endorsement. It makes sense. Like, bruh, I feel Morey. I definitely feel Morey. What I look like trading for you, getting rid of a lot of pieces just for you to come up on this offseason and want to be traded for a bag of chips. We not going for that. I can't give you, you know, some Lays and then you want to give me the off-brand chips. I'm good. I got to get something back in return. So with that being said, I feel Morey, and it's definitely frustrating when you do trade for a player like James Harden and he give you like one to 2 years and then he wants to be traded. And this has been something that's been happening throughout James Harden's entire career. He gets traded to a team. Somehow he doesn't like the situation and then he wants to get traded again. And with that being said, you got to start looking at the player. It's not always the team. Most of the time when you see a constant trend with these players where they stick around with a team for 2 years, then, oh, I want to be traded, and you don't really see too much success with that player, that's when you really got to start questioning the player and what his priorities are. But, yeah, this is definitely tough for Philly because, like I said, man, you know, just the GM and the, you know, the owner in general, he has invested a lot in this motherfucking team, bro. He has invested a lot to try to get Joel Embiid a championship, to be honest. Like, if you just think about all of the years that Joel Embiid has been on this team, they have been very competitive, and that GM has, you know, moved water for this team to try to get a championship. They had Jimmy Butler, you know, they done had Harden. Like, they done did a whole lot to try to get a championship, and for them to have Harden doing the shit he doing is just, I know it's frustrating. But anyways, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Damn, that's tough because I just said all that and then we got this tweet right here from Joel Embiid. I just want to win a championship. Whatever it takes. I don't know where that's going to be, whether it's in Philly or anywhere else. I just want to have a chance. And that's tough as hell if you a GM because it's like, dude, I done moved water trying to get you help. And it's like, if it don't work out, what else can I do? But yeah, that's tough, man. You know, Joel Embiid, he not happy with the situation. You know, James Harden, he not happy with the situation. And it's just tough. But damn, I just went on a whole tangent, but it was good gospel. Let's keep moving. All right, Portland Trail Blazers. I don't think we really gonna have to talk too much about this one. You know, they lost out on getting a good trade for Damian Lillard, to be honest, you know. And then another thing, they re-signed Jeremy Grant for a crazy contract. So, hey, let's just see what they got. Oh, yeah, they also got Scoot Henderson, but Scoot Henderson plays the same position as Damian Lillard. So it's like, it's just stupid. Like, y'all should have been got rid of Damian Lillard and got y'all something nice. But we not reading all this. We know what it is. We know what it is. All right, number 5 is the Toronto Raptors. So, yeah, the Toronto Raptors, they didn't really get much better. You know, they lost Fred VanVleet, and they didn't really have nobody to really replace him. So, that's a tough offseason. And let's see. Yeah, pretty much exactly what I said. You know, they let Fred VanVleet go. They got Jakob Poeltl. Like, I mean, I guess he alright. You know, you got Dennis Schroeder, pretty solid defender, and Jalen McDaniels, who cool. Yeah, they both pretty good, but, you know, they can't replace Fred VanVleet. So, with that being said, it's like, it's tough. But, hey, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And, hey, I'm out. Peace.